It's like completely diminishes my whole entire like livelihood being like podcasting. He asked me what I did and I was like, podcasting. He's like, that's your qualification? That's how you make your money? Sir, how do you make your money? Berating women, being a narcissist on a TV show? That's how you make your money? That's what I should have said. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who this man was on the show. I didn't know who anyone was. I didn't know who Jesse Smollett was. I didn't know what he went through. I would have asked him more questions. I would have been like more involved in that. I didn't know anyone's story.
Kody Brown's appearance on Special Forces has been surprising to many people. He stands out as one of the most physically fit contestants on the show. It's not shocking, though. He spends much of his time working out, cutting down trees, and acting like a man who thrives on control. So climbing mountains and surviving in tough conditions probably feels like second nature to him. But Kody's strength isn't what causes the most tension on the show. It's his personality. Some of the cast members have been very open about how they feel toward him. Brie, one of his fellow contestants, recently talked about Kody on her podcast. She said he insulted her job when he found out she was a podcaster. He asked her, almost mocking, "That's your qualification? That's how you got here? You're just a podcaster." His tone made it clear he didn't take her career seriously. It showed the same dismissive attitude toward people, especially women, that many viewers have noticed from him for years. Brie later restarted her podcast and spoke more about Kody, calling out how he treated others and how fake his image was. Interestingly, some of the Special Forces cast didn't even know who Kody Brown was before the show. Many of them don't watch Sister Wives or follow reality TV, so they had no idea about his controversial past. Because of that, Kody managed to fool a few people into thinking he was just a misunderstood man looking for a second chance. But that illusion didn't last long. Brie admitted she initially felt sorry for him. She thought he might have some kind of social difficulty or slow mental processing because of how awkward he was in conversations. She said she treated him gently at first because she thought he couldn't help it. But once she learned who he really was and how he had treated women in the past, her sympathy vanished. She said, "He's not slow, he's just cruel. He's manipulative and doesn't respect women." Her honesty shocked many listeners, but also resonated with those who had watched Kody for years. Meanwhile, Gia Giudice interviewed another contestant, actor Robbie Patel, who tried to be more diplomatic. Robbie didn't know much about Kody's history either and said Kody's backstory was one of the most interesting on the show. Kody had told them he grew up in a strict fundamentalist household and hinted at having a rough childhood. Robbie believed that experience shaped his behavior, though many suspect Kody used it to gain sympathy. Kody has a long history of twisting stories to make himself look like a victim. He often blames others, especially his ex-wives and children, for problems that came from his own actions. His ability to manipulate and reframe every situation is almost a skill in itself. Whether on reality TV or a survival show, he always finds a way to turn the spotlight back on himself. So while Special Forces may test people's physical endurance, for Kody Brown, it's exposing something much deeper: the gap between the image he wants the world to see and the man he truly is. During the first challenge on Special Forces, Kody Brown acted like he had endless energy. He sprinted up and down the hill, carrying heavy bags, moving faster than even trained athletes. One of the contestants, Robbie, said that when he first saw Kody, he thought something was seriously off. Robbie was in great shape himself, but he couldn't believe how fast Kody was moving. He joked that Kody must be on something, amphetamines, maybe, because no normal person could move like that. Kody zipped past everyone like a cartoon character, full of manic energy that didn't seem natural. Robbie later described Kody as having the energy and attitude of an overly eager 12-year-old boy. He always seemed excited, constantly talking and giving others advice nobody asked for. While some saw this as enthusiasm, others found it annoying and strange. He said Kody was the kind of person who blurts out every thought that crosses his mind without thinking about how it sounds. Fans have been talking for years about Kody's behavior. Many think his wild energy and unpredictable moods might come from some kind of substance. On Reddit and other forums, people debate whether he uses testosterone, growth hormones, or stimulants. Others believe his behavior isn't caused by drugs at all, it's his personality. Kody's mood swings, anger, and constant need for attention could be signs of deep narcissism. Narcissistic people feed off attention and admiration. When they feel powerful or admired, it's like fuel to them. They become louder, more confident, and even more self-absorbed. Kody might not need drugs to act this way. He gets his high from being the center of attention. Kody has no filter. He speaks without thinking about how his words hurt others. This lack of empathy makes him seem childish and insensitive. He often acts without concern for anyone else's feelings. Over the years, people close to him have described him as manipulative, cruel, and controlling. He's known for twisting situations, so he always looks like the victim or the hero. Robbie mentioned he didn't spend much time near Kody when they weren't competing, so his experience wasn't as bad as others. Those who were closer to Kody said he was dismissive and rude, especially toward women. Brianna, another contestant, said Kody ignored teamwork and only focused on making himself look good. He didn't care about helping others succeed. He only cared about standing out. Actor Jussie Smollett also appeared on the show and shared his thoughts later. He said Kody made a snide comment under his breath, laughing and saying, "Second chances," in a mocking tone. Kody often looks down on people, acting as though he's morally superior. Yet, his own past is filled with questionable choices, living in a polygamous group, breaking laws, and emotionally damaging people in his own family. The disturbing part is that many people on Special Forces didn't know who Kody was before filming. They believed his stories and thought he was just trying to rebuild his life. But people like Kody are experts at reinvention. Narcissists move from one group to another, pretending to change, while repeating the same toxic patterns. They charm new people who don't know their history, and that's exactly what Kody seems to be doing again. Once he's done tearing one place apart, he moves on and starts over somewhere new. He changes his name, his story, and even his personality, pretending to be an entirely different man. It's as if he believes he can erase his past and convince the world that he's someone better, someone reformed. He's not a psychologist, but his behavior feels almost sociopathic, cold, manipulative, and deliberate. He seems to believe that by acting out a new version of himself, people will forget the damage he caused before. And the sad part is, some actually fall for it. Take Gia, for example. She tries to see the good in him, saying he just misses his kids and wants to be a dad again. But that's not the truth. He didn't lose his children by accident, he drove them away. He hurt them emotionally, verbally, and even financially. He ignored them, twisted stories about them on television, and painted them as dangerous when, in reality, he was the one creating chaos. He's a master manipulator, turning lies into sympathy and fooling those who haven't seen what he's really capable of. People meeting him for the first time might see charm, confidence, or even sadness, and they believe his act. Not everyone does, but it doesn't take many. Once a few people accept this new version of him, he gains enough validation to build another career, another image. Behind him, though, are the broken relationships and emotional wreckage he left behind. Every time he moves on, he leaves behind pain, confusion, and betrayal. Now he's doing it again with Special Forces. After the collapse of Sister Wives, when his image turned negative and the world saw through him, he switched paths. He thought if he appeared on a different kind of reality show, one focused on strength, bravery, and teamwork, he could reinvent himself as a hero. He's chasing approval again, hiding behind a new role, pretending to be a better man. But deep down, nothing about him has truly changed. Real change requires honesty, accountability, and effort to repair what's broken. It means facing the people he hurt, apologizing sincerely, and rebuilding trust. But he can't do that. He's too self-absorbed, too proud, too unwilling to face the truth. So instead, he keeps reinventing himself, spinning the same lies with a different costume. And people who don't know his past keep getting fooled. To anyone new watching him, don't fall for it. Behind the polished words and rehearsed charm, he's still the same manipulative person. Even Brianna admitted that if she had known who he truly was, she would have treated him very differently. Many men overlook his behavior, excusing it under some unspoken bro code, but most women see through him instantly. They sense the danger, the control, the performance. It's disturbing to think he might rebuild his public image again, this time as America's misunderstood hero. That's not who he is. He's not a victim, not a martyr, not a changed man. He's an actor who's learned how to mimic remorse. So don't be fooled. Behind every new version of him lies the same pattern: destruction, denial, and deceit. Leave a comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss an update.